Mesa, Arizona, a city where the desert sun meets quiet neighborhoods and church steeples pierce blue skies. To most, it was a place of ambition and faith, a world far from darkness. But inside one home on June 4th, 2008, love and faith collided with obsession and control. This is the story of Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias, a romance that began with light and ended in blood. Travis Alexander was born in Riverside, California in 1977. His childhood wasn't easy. He and his siblings lived through poverty, neglect, and addiction. But somehow he rose from it all, driven by faith, discipline, and a need to build something better. By 2006, he'd found success as a motivational speaker and salesman with prepaid legal services. He was charming, confident, and known for helping others visualize the life they wanted. He wanted love, but only the kind that aligned with his beliefs as a devout Mormon. That's when he met Jodi Arias. They crossed paths in Las Vegas at a company convention. He was instantly drawn to her. Blonde hair, bright smile, curious eyes. She was elegant yet magnetic. And when she laughed, Travis said, "It felt like the room faded away." Jodi was 26, a photographer chasing opportunity. When they met, something clicked. The chemistry was electric. They spent hours talking that first night about faith, destiny, and what it meant to be truly seen. Travis thought he'd found someone who understood him. What he didn't know was that he'd just met the woman who would destroy him. Soon after, they began dating. But to stay with him, Jodi converted to Mormonism. Travis himself baptized her, a moment captured in photos that would later haunt investigators. Friends said Jodi was instantly all in. She mirrored his interests, his faith, his words. At first, Travis was flattered. Then he started to notice how fast things were moving. She wanted to know everything: his passwords, his plans, the people he spoke to. She'd appear unannounced at his home. She'd read his journals, but every time he tried to set boundaries, she found a way back in. By early 2007, Travis tried to end it. He told friends she was too intense, too emotional. They broke up, but Jodi didn't let go. She called him constantly. She hacked into his social media. She slashed the tires of a woman he dated. Once, Travis woke up to find her standing over his bed, smiling. He told friends, "I'm afraid of her, but I don't want to make her my enemy." Despite it all, Travis stayed kind. He didn't block her. He didn't report her. He kept forgiving, hoping she'd move on. But obsession doesn't move on. It festers. By 2008, Travis was moving forward. He'd met another woman, Mimi Hall. He planned to take her on a Cancun trip in June. He posted about it. He told friends he was excited. Somewhere, Jodi read those messages, and the rage began to grow. June 2nd, 2008. Jodi borrowed her grandparents' beige Toyota Corolla. 2 days later, she set off from California on a road trip. She told friends she was visiting Utah, but her route didn't make sense. She filled 3 gas cans, enough to drive nearly 800 miles without stopping. She dyed her hair brown. She turned off her phone for 18 hours. She had a .25 caliber gun missing from her grandparents' home. That morning, Travis was home alone. He took calls, sent emails, planned his Cancun trip. He didn't know Jodi was on her way. By 4 p.m., she arrived in Mesa. Neighbors later saw her car parked in the driveway. What happened next was documented without her intention, on a digital camera found later in the washing machine. At 1:45 p.m., photos showed Travis smiling in bed. At 5:22 p.m., he's in the shower, posing for pictures she took. The final images, blurry, streaked with water, show his face tense with confusion. Seconds later, the camera fell, capturing a foot stepping over blood. What happened between those frames was a storm of violence. Travis was stabbed 27 times. His throat was slit from ear to ear. He was shot in the head. He tried to crawl away. There were defensive wounds on his hands, but she kept going. The coroner later called it overkill. It was anger, jealousy, and control unleashed all at once. After the attack, Jodi washed his body, ran a load of laundry, and deleted the photos. She left him in the shower, head tilted back, water still running. Then she drove away like nothing had happened. June 9th, 2008. Friends had been trying to reach Travis for days. No response. That night they went to his house. What they found haunted them forever. Blood on the walls, a trail leading to the bathroom, and Travis Alexander slumped in the shower. He'd been dead for nearly 5 days. Police arrived and documented everything. In the washing machine, a camera containing photos of Travis moments before he died. In the hallway, a bloody palm print with 2 DNA profiles, Travis's and Jodi's. In his phone records, missed calls from her the night of the murder. The evidence told a story she could no longer control. When police called Jodi, she pretended to be shocked. She offered to help with the investigation. She posted online tributes to Travis. She sent flowers to his family, but detectives weren't fooled. On July 15th, 2008, they arrested her in California. At first, she denied ever being there. Then she blamed masked intruders. Finally, she claimed self-defense. Each version collapsed under evidence. She had cuts on her hands, not consistent with defense, but with gripping a knife. Her hair was at the crime scene. Her camera was in the washing machine. And those gas receipts showed a trip planned to avoid any trace. The trial began in January 2013, 5 years after the murder. It became one of the most watched court cases in modern American history. Headlines called her the seductress killer. Talk shows debated her motives. Every word was analyzed as if it were entertainment. Prosecutor Juan Martinez was relentless. He described her as a manipulator who used sex and lies to control. He presented graphic photos of Travis's wounds. He showed the timeline, her phone off during the murder, then on again as she drove to Utah to meet another man. The defense claimed Travis was abusive. They argued Jodi acted out of fear, but her own words betrayed her. She smiled on camera. She flirted with the jury. She gave TV interviews saying she preferred the death penalty to life. It was like watching someone who believed she was the main character of a movie about herself. Her testimony lasted 18 days. She changed details constantly. The jury took notes, some shaking their heads as she spoke. When the prosecution showed the shower photos, the room fell silent. Those final images, Travis alive, then moments later, blood on tile, said everything her words could not. After 4 months of testimony, the jury deliberated for just 15 hours. On May 8th, 2013, they returned with a verdict, guilty of first-degree murder. The courtroom erupted, some cried, others held each other. Jodi stood motionless. The penalty phase took months. 2 juries couldn't agree on the death penalty. So in April 2015, the judge sentenced her to life in prison without parole. From her cell at Perryville Prison in Arizona, Jodi Arias still writes. She sells artwork online, she files appeals, she gives statements about redemption. But to the families who lost Travis, there's no redemption in what she did. Travis Alexander was buried in Riverside, California. His family visits quietly. Friends say he's remembered for his kindness and ambition, not his death. The case changed how people saw crime and media. It showed how a story of love and faith could be twisted by jealousy and control. It showed how one person's obsession can consume another's entire existence. Jodi Arias became a symbol of calculated manipulation, not because she was beautiful, but because she used that beauty like a weapon. Travis's family continues to speak out against domestic abuse and emotional control. They say his story is not just about murder. It's about recognizing red flags before it's too late, because love should never make you fear for your life, and trust should never be the thing that kills you. This was the story of Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias, a story of obsession disguised as devotion. He believed in second chances. She believed in control. And when he tried to walk away, she made sure no one else ever could. I'm Mason, and this is Mason Mysteries, where every story leaves a trace,